One guy, in fact, they tried, going off track here, but I always think this is funny. In jail, they do try to help you find an occupation. And this guy they were successful with. Because as soon as he got out of jail, he was all set up. He was going to move to Kansas or Oklahoma, where he would cultivate and market marijuana. Which was funny because that's the same thing he went to jail for. Anyway, going back to this house, the first day in the house, it's kind of
Rowdy.
What was that word?
Rowdy.
Sort of, it was a little more than rowdy. But I got, Derek showed me his bed, which was a unique bed. I commented about it now just to him. Bed cover was a leopard print. Remember that? Is that still there?
Still there.
So I settled in my little corner of a room.
Okay.
Like I said, 11 guys, and we had
Huge house that was too.
Huge
Like,
house.
That's that mansion that I show all the time on YouTube, that large home.
we had 3 bathrooms, 2 showers, we had a stove, 2 big refrigerators. I had 1 dishwasher, which was all we needed. The problem was, and you mentioned this, you had just 1 washer and dryer.
Yeah.
But this house had a fantastic hot water heater, because with 11 guys, we never ran out of hot water.
Did you tell them about how long you slept when you finally had a place to live?
I don't remember that.
I think my mom does.
I must have slept for
3 days.
almost a day. And Derek asked me several times. I was there from March 13th till October 24th, which is 3 months. It's not that bad. There were, like I said, everybody was only there 3 weeks. A lot of guys, they're much longer.
Yeah.
And Derek would come by, so they said, "How you doing?" And I'd always tell them the same thing. I'm not wet, I'm not cold, and I'm not in jail. And that's, and for a while, that's all it counted for. I was like a lot of guys, I was satisfied to stay there. But Iris had better ideas. Within 2 months from March to May, my Social Security benefits came through. I was getting real money. The Social Security card took a lot longer to get than the money. And I asked the agent, "How come you give me the money right away, but the card takes so much longer?" And he said, "Well, you know, if somebody, the wrong person gets your card, that can be a big problem. If we send somebody the wrong money, we'll just print more." So first thing I did is I went to Walmart. I have to go to the bank. And I bought this wallet.
Jesus.
I actually had money to put it. I had no wallet, I had no ID, I had nothing.
Jesus.
But I had a wallet now and I had money in it.
How did that feel? Like, how different was that for you to actually have your own money in a wallet that you bought?
You feel like you were king of the world. I mean, all of a sudden you had nothing. Now I could actually go someplace. I didn't have to depend on food. I had food stamps for 2 months. $194 a month. You know you can live on $194 a month?
You had to, right?
That was great because after all, I had lived for 3 years on $10. I made $10 stretch for 3 years. You can do it. If you have to, you can do it. Maybe you did some things you weren't exactly proud of, but you made it work. You know, I told you about shoplifting. After this was all over, I went to a church, I went to confession, told them everything I did, and I told them about the shoplifting food. And then I told the priest, "I'm not sorry I did that because I had to survive." And he still gave me absolution, so I guess it was okay. Well, now Iris was really cooking. I was getting too content. Oh, one thing, I got a cell phone. Having a phone was very important. There's all these things you have to do. You have to be able to make contact. And all this, that time, I could not make contact.
And 1%, that's why it's important for your ILFs to have a phone. Because the resident, as the case managers, as Priscilla's is working with these individuals to get things in order, all of the healthcare providers, they need access to a fund. So we've got to make sure that every house has a fund.
And even that food stamp interview that they do by phone, they have to speak to you. I have a lot of my guys that missed that phone call, so they now missed the opportunity to get $190 a month in food stamps. Back on you, Ms. Dawn.
The main thing Iris did for me, not what she did for me, she taught me to do things for myself.
Yes.
Because she'd start something and get started, okay, now you have to finish it. If you don't learn how to do things for yourself, you'll never survive. Now I got money, I got a wallet, I got a phone, and I can make contacts because in addition to Social Security, I was due pensions from the companies I had worked for.
Oh, wow.
I mean, and I had all this stuff coming to me. I thought I didn't deserve it, so I didn't.
Now, did you know that before Iris presented that to you? Like, did you know you had pension?
Yes, I knew that.
So you
but I just thought I did not deserve that. Why should I bother? And like I said, I think it's a form of mental illness. I don't know what you call it, but for some reason I believe the worst. And I called this, you had to make contacts, you had to go through the internet, you had to search places to get contacts. I remember one time, for one thing, one of the companies I worked for went bankrupt. And they had set up, as part of the bankruptcy, for their employees, an insurance, it was John Hancock Insurance, an annuity. But I had to just send out letters and emails to various people. And one day I got a phone call, and the gentleman said, "Oh yes, you're Arthur, you're exactly right, we owe you money." That's a beautiful phone call. And so we set it up, and I got a couple $100 a month. And again, that seemed like a lot of money. And I was talking on the phone with him, just making small talk. And this was in again, the COVID pandemic was on, a lot of things were shut down. I said, "How's business these days?" And he said, "I'm a bankruptcy attorney. Business is always good." And then one day Iris came to me and said, "Well, what do you think about getting your own place?" I said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, well, you don't want to stay here forever."
Remember I told you guys that I'm only supposed to be a stepping stone for some people?
Yeah.
He was not supposed to live with me forever. Back when you started.
Well, it's called, bridge housing, transitional housing. She wanted me to do something, so I said, "Yeah, I'll try it." And she told me where it was, and it was actually right close to where the house was, right down Pleasant Hill Road. It was a new apartment building that was being built. And the great thing was, I don't drive. Various reasons, I can't drive a car. This apartment was located right across the street from a Publix. So it was very convenient. And I went there at the end of May, talked to, here's another thing. Prior to being a case manager, Iris was a real estate agent. So she had contacts in the real estate industry. She knew the people that were managing this house. Again, like I said, you gotta know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody.
Yeah.
And if one of those contacts is broken, you're out on a limb, you're out of luck. And I went there, and again, because it's the pandemic, I had to fill out an application. But they couldn't go in the office, I had to sit outside on a card table. And the wind was blowing, the papers were all over the place. And go through the application, general stuff. One thing I said, "Gee, comes to think you have a prison record." I said, "Well, this is going to mess me up." And so I filled it out, was honest about this, told them all about it. He said, "We'll check it out." Right now, it says the apartment won't be ready till June. So I don't think you're going to get it until June, but July looks really good. In reality, I got it in October. And everything, the construction was delayed because of COVID.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you Second Chance Housing, an independent living facility that provides shared housing for military veterans and elderly adults. Our facility is designed to provide a safe and comfortable environment for those who have served our country and are in need of a second chance at life. We understand that transitioning to a new living situation can be difficult and overwhelming, which is why we offer a smooth transition. We offer shared living spaces as well as private rooms to ensure that our residents have the right balance of community and privacy. If you or you know someone that is in need of a second chance at life, please give us a call.